recorded?
No. Too fast for him. Shoot. Did you do it again? No.
My name is Colleen Kielton, and I began my holistic journey about 4 years ago when I stumbled upon a book called Orthomolecular Nutrition. And what I learned in that book is that sugar can do some really damaging things, and people were put in mental hospitals because of their allergy to sugar. And it just blew my mind, and I continued on that journey. About 26 years ago, I found a food science company, and I was just blown away at the results. I mean, I went from not wanting to get out of bed to becoming a state champion in martial arts. So it was significant for my life. But then, about 12 years ago, I was still stressed out. And nutrition was wonderful. I was going to daily mass. I was a martial artist, but I was still not quite right. My ex-husband was, a long story short, he shot himself in front of the family, so a little bit of trauma going on there. And we healed from that, and he did not die, and he's with us today, and we are now really good friends. I mean, best friends. So just the ability to apply that holistic work. You know, in the Christian community, we say things like, don't give the devil a foothold. The holistic work allowed me to remove the foothold. So he may very well be continuing to do the things that terrorized me, but I'm oblivious to them now. I have no idea. So I went on today to now I have this nice little flyer here. I do holistic work for the mind, body, and spirit. And I have a sign-up sheet back there, so you can get more information about therapeutic guided meditation is my latest product. It's just absolutely amazing how therapeutic that kind of stuff can be and the way we go about it. So, and we do it in a group setting, so it's wonderful. But I'm here to introduce Sarah May. Sarah May owns a small consulting firm that operates primarily in the manufacturing space with an emphasis on startups. Her career as an engineer, boy, we have a lot of engineers, smart girls in here, has allowed her to work with dynamic and successful corporations of varying sizes, and it's her goal to bring that Fortune 50 experience, Fortune 50, that's impressive, to the new kid on the block. Sarah uses her experience to predict hurdles in order to build stronger processes now and prevent huge speed bumps later. It is her goal to ensure that companies are positioned to grow at their target rates while keeping growing pains at a minimum. Welcome, Sarah May.
All right, I'm a bit of a walker, so I'm sorry in advance. I like to move, and I'm not accustomed to a microphone, and I have a very big mouth. So if I start screaming, just say, Sarah, shut up. Hi, she said, my name is Sarah May. Did the presentation load? Sorry, I don't remember. Excuse me, ma'am. Did the presentation? Sorry. I just got a couple of slides that kind of back up what's going on up here. So as she said, my name is Sarah May. I'm the owner and operator of Mayflower Enterprises. It is a small consulting firm here in this area. I started my education in engineering, moved on to get my MBA, and I'm in a doctoral program for something super fancy called instructional design. But before we get into that, I have to know, are there any female veterans in this room right now? If you are, please stand. Anybody? Okay, well that was a self-serving question, because as you can see, this very, very sad, very young girl here, that was fresh back from my tour in Iraq. So the reason why I ask about military veterans in particular is because when this photograph was taken, when this photograph was taken, only 7% of all military veterans were female. 7%. Today, it's closer to 23. That's right. That's right. It's fantastic. So the whole point of telling that story was not purely to be self-serving. I'm so sorry. I didn't realize I was going to be the only vet in the room. The whole point was not to be self-serving. The point was to say that there is a path forward for us. Cindy told you before, we've had 12% female business ownership in this area, right? We're growing. And the whole point is to piggyback off of the mentorship of those who come before us, right? So that means, let's roll into the business part. So I decided to start, to be frank, I decided to find a way to write off my vacations as a tax exemption. So I started a travel agency. That's this brand here in the middle, Lulu Milano. Thank you. I also decided to grow that blog into a book, which is this title you see here on the side. So that book was published, and I decided to go full tilt. I quit my job, I'm ready to move on in the world, and I started this travel agency, right? Timing is everything, y'all, because I started it in January of 2020. Needless to say, that didn't work out, so if you'll hit that button one more time, this last logo down here is what I do now. Right, so the whole point of what I do is I try to help manufacturing businesses kind of lay the groundwork and the foundation. And today, what we're going to go through is how to lay that foundation for you. So if you'll go into the next slide, please. So you have an idea. How many of you own a business currently? Should be a whole bunch of you, right? How many of you want to own a business? How many of you want to start another one? How many of you want to find ways to make your business more money? All right, so the ideas that we have are very important, right? Maybe your idea is to add to your business. Maybe your idea is to sell more. Maybe your idea is to make new connections. Maybe your idea is to get out of debt. Maybe your idea is to go back to school. Help your kids with school. Whatever it is. Business is the tool that we can use. Business is the tool of empowerment and independence. That's why we're here, right? So that we can make these connections and we can be good to one another. Rolling right along, please, ma'am. What is a business plan? See, my segues are terrible because normally I have notes in front of me, so I'm so sorry. Whenever you say, I want to start a business, the first thing anybody asks you is, what is a business plan? Hit it again, please. What do? We Google. Oh, well, we Google, right? And whenever you Google, all you see is a whole bunch of convoluted answers that show you 42-page presentations on how you're supposed to put together your marketing strategies and what your projected income is going to be. Y'all, that is too much, okay? Way too much, all right? So keep rolling, please. Why do we need it in the first place? So there's really only two reasons why you need a business plan, right? You need a business plan to get money from people, and you need a business plan so you know what to do. So our brains have this really tricky, really inconvenient thing that whenever we're stressed out, like right now, we don't think so great. We get into that fight, flight, or freeze, right? The purpose of a business plan is to give you the safety net that you need because you were thinking about it ahead of time when your head's clear, okay? Which is why I'm floundering right now because my plan is not here. All right, so a traditional business plan, there are two main types of business planning that we have right now. A traditional business plan has these sections, very intimidating sounding. Okay, executive summaries are usually 42 pages. I don't really care for traditional business planning. The next slide shows you kind of the detailed breakdown. Yeah, that's scary stuff, right? That's why there's this new thing called lean business planning. I like the lean business planning better because the categories are simpler and it is only one page. I love a lean business plan, y'all. But business plans in general share all the same flaw, in my opinion. They all start with a customer problem. Oh, I'm down to 5 minutes already. Oh, gosh. You have to start with a customer problem. Okay, well, I don't like that part because starting with a customer problem is not the way I like to do business. So, if you'll flip forward 2, please. It's intimidating. Yes, it's scary. I like HustlerCentric business planning. I'm a hustler, y'all. I don't know about y'all, but I am a hustler, okay? You know who my favorite hustler in history was? Henry Ford. Ask me why. Henry Ford is my favorite hustler in history because Henry Ford, as you know, started Ford Motor Company. But more than just starting a motor company, he saw opportunity where others did not. Back in the day, I'm going to tell this really fast if I can. Back in the day, floorboards in a car used to actually be made of wood. I don't know if you knew that or not. Well, Henry Ford in his factory saw all of the shavings on the ground and was like, maybe I can make money here. Well, guess what, ladies? He did. He took all of that wood and all those shavings off the floor, he pressed them together, and Kingsford charcoal was born. I'm telling you, you gotta be a hustler. You gotta see opportunity where it exists. So, if we can roll right through, please. These are all of the various hustles I've had in my life, okay? I have made money from every one of these ventures except for the 2 that say failed because, let's be frank, I'm not built for social media. I'm just not. But if you have any kind of skills whatsoever and you are a woman, you're riddled with skills. Time management, budgeting, right? How to organize an event, how to look out for children, how to calm people down. Why does everybody always look at us and go, hey, she's stressed, you deal with it? Well, guess what? We're going to deal with it and we're going to make all the money doing it. All right, go right along. So this is normally I like a little bit more grandeur, but I'm rapidly running out of time. So here's the best part about HustlerCentric business planning. You already know how to do it. I don't have to teach you anything. Luckily, your 8th grade English teacher did it for me. You remember all these question words, right? Who, what, when, where, why, and how. If you can answer these question words about your hustle, you're in. First of all, what can you do? Right? What are you capable of doing? Sorry, I need to. Can you roll them to where they're all just all shown?
Okay.
So what can you do? Who will pay you to do it? Right? Just go ahead and roll along. There we go. Okay, so basically, if you can answer who, what, when, where, why, and how, you're good to go. Right? What can you do? You, the hustler, you. Okay, I don't care what the customer problems are. Figure out what you can do first. Once you know what you can do, then you find a customer need where you can move into it, all right? You are the center of attention. That is the whole point of hustler-centric business planning. That is how we make it work. When do you want to get started is my absolute favorite question, because if every one of you isn't flipping up and down right now saying, oh, right now, duh, Sarah, come on, then here it is. Okay, 3 minutes, good. The hook isn't out just yet. All right, so once we can get those 6 questions answered, right, then you're ready to start your business plan. So what we're going to do here is a little bit of a call to action. We need you ladies to work with me here, okay? I want you to look at this list, and I want you to pick at least this next list. And I want you to pick at least 3 things off this list you're capable of doing. Pull out your phone, get a pen, get a piece of paper, whatever it is. Pick 3 things off this list. We're doing interactive homework.
We can't read it.
You can't read it? Okay, all right, well think about your skills then. So, can you sew? Can you crochet? Are you well organized? Are you good at Excel? Write down 3 skills that you have right now. What can you do? What are you good at? Are you a good communicator? Can you do makeup? Can you braid hair? Can you dye hair? I can't dye hair. I tried to dye my hair once in college. It was atrocious. What can you do? Pick 3 things you can do. There's also some blanks, because we're pretty late. Right? We got our 3 things? You feeling good? Okay. Now I want you to take those 3 things. I want you to take those 3 things. I want you to answer the who, what, when, where, why, and how. Okay? And I want you to email it to me. That's your homework. Okay? My email address is frightfully long. I'm sorry. I'm not a marketing person. Okay? Should have picked a better website URL. But hey, I didn't have y'all. Write down 3 things you're good at, 3 things you're capable of doing. Answer who, what, when, where, why, and how. Okay? Who are you going to sell to? What are your 3 things? What are you going to sell? When do you want to get started? Where are you going to sell? Right? Facebook, in person, brick and mortar, events. Why you? Differentiation. What is it about you that makes you special and unique? And how? How much? Okay? So, 3 things. Who, what, when, where, why, how. Low batteries. I also have business cards if you guys want. Please do your homework. Send me an email. And then we can cuss and discuss all day long. And with that, ladies, thank you so much for your